gonna be honest. Seeing is believing, and seeing Ceedee Lamb and Brandin Cooks, like seeing it in person, it's scary. We gotta talk about it in the morning. So, what's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Fuss here. I'm in the car. I know y'all like the car videos, and I told y'all, training camp, you guys are getting 3 videos a week. You guys are going to get content. And right now, I just really want to touch on Ceedee Lamb and Brandin Cooks. Now, there's supposed to be an interview dropping today. I believe it's on 105.3. And Ceedee Lamb is just basically talking about, I think the basis of the interview will be about just how dynamic and how good Brandin Cooks has been. But I want to get even more into depth of what that does for the offense and really seeing and believing, because you do see training camp videos spark up everywhere. I mean, everybody right now is an all-star on every team in America. Atlanta has all-stars. The lower-level teams in the league have all-stars. But when you see it from a guy like Brandin Cooks, who's 6 1,000-yard seasons, and, you know, there were questions from maybe not people who don't watch the film, but maybe not from people who do watch the film, but people who don't watch the film, they don't know what they don't know. There were questions about, well, can Brandin Cooks still run? Can he still get open in space? You know, what will his role be? Can he stay healthy? And when you hear him talk, and then when you actually see him go out there and you see him run past players over and over and over again, I mean, the big catch, to me, that's just honestly the beginning. Because Nahshon Wright, who's been having a decent camp, like Nahshon Wright has been in place and no pads aren't on or anything like that, and it's still 7-on-7 vibes. But you can get what you need to get out of these sessions. And trust and believe, evaluation is happening. Okay? But you see Brandin Cooks running past defenders, not just on a touchdown, but in the drill work. I got some people that have been sending me videos, and I really don't even have to show the videos because, like I said, he is a true weapon. So now what happens? Teams have to go into a game and say, what are we going to declare? We're going to declare that Ceedee Lamb doesn't beat us. That's what we're going to do. And this is why Ceedee Lamb's slot ability is so important. Because on the edge, you can roll those coverages a certain way. Like if he's just hanging out there on the edge and he's just like your true X receiver all the time, you can roll coverages a certain way. You can bracket him. You can keep a guy over the top. You can run some 2-man underlooks. You can do all those types of things, shade that safety over, and now Ceedee Lamb can be taken out of the game. If defenses do that, let's just say they do that, and Ceedee Lamb, there's no slot action or nothing. If defenses do that, I believe that would be a mistake. Because now you're one-on-one with a guy like Cooks, who is clear can still run past corners over and over and over again. And I believe with play action, you know, let's say Dallas gets a first down. I believe play action, if they get that type of look and it's a favorable look, they're going to take shots at Brandin Cooks early. They're going to take shots to Cooks early. I truthfully believe that. But then you have the other side of the coin where teams come in and play it straight. That's where Brandin Cooks and Ceedee Lamb both can have big games. Because what Dallas can do is say, they're coming in, they're playing it straight. Maybe they're playing something like what Buffalo does. Buffalo's going to stay in cover 2. They're going to keep those 2 safeties over the top, and then they'll maybe roll it to cover 4. But they're not traditionally like the Bills aren't traditionally a cover 3 team. Well, what you do with that is you do move Ceedee Lamb to the slot. Because now it's a personnel thing. I'm taking my guy over your guy. Your slot defender cannot run with Ceedee Lamb. First-round pick, dynamic athlete, Ceedee Lamb, can't do it. Just can't do it. And I think that's what, if there is one thing that we can't take from the offense last year, I think that Mike McCarthy will just press some more of those easy buttons and say, guys, we don't have to overthink this. He's a better player than said player. Let's get him the ball quick. Let's do maybe some overs, simple things like that. But I think that's how this duo can become a great duo. I think that's how these guys can become, that's how this offense can click. And I'm gonna say this. I think that both guys have the ability to go for 1,000 yards. I really do believe that. Barring injury on the O-line, which, by the way, I've said this in every video that I've seen. I think the O-line, including Tyron Smith, looks really good. Now, we got to knock on wood because pads come on this week. But I believe that they look really good, and I think that they look really sharp. But back to those two, and it also says this. If you're running the ball well, now all bets are off because teams are going to have to use resources in the box. In Dallas, I know there's a lot of talk about running backs, and Jonathan Taylor isn't going to get paid, and all these running backs are upset. Dallas believes in running the football. The Dallas Cowboys believe in running the football. So, if you're playing with that two-man shell, Dallas is probably going to be +1 with Tyler Smith and with their pull game and with those gap schemes. And they're going to run the ball. And they're going to make you come out of it. So that's how important this signing was. Not to mention Michael Gallup. Not to mention, Jalen Tolbert the coaches are honestly just raving about him. And you see it. You see just a more confident player with a big body. So Brandin Cooks is going to make life easier for a lot of people on this team. I'm excited. I hope that you guys are. This is going to be fun. I'm telling you, I don't want to get too excited, so I don't want to get too hype. But when you see it, it's different. Seeing is believing. You guys have a great morning. I'll be back maybe come back with something tonight, depending on what happens. But we'll keep recapping training camp. We'll keep talking about videos and scheme and film that we see from training camp. I know Law Nation's out there. A couple other folks will be out there this week. But it's your boy Fuzz as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing.